Hello guys, Gene here with G Squared Tactical. Thanks for joining us today. Left a magazine out of the bag, so now I kind of gave away the surprise. No, I'm just kidding. Either way, you know, if you've watched the channel long enough, that I've never been a huge fan of pistol caliber carbines. You know, no matter what the size is, I don't really use that for home defense. I have a 12 gauge shotgun, and me and my wife have a pistol on either corresponding side of the bed, and that's kind of how we home defense, you know. So I've never used a pistol caliber carbine as a home defense weapon, although they are a ton of fun at the range. But all the designs were a lot of times big, bulky, not easy to transport back and forth. Kel-Tec sub 2000, I had that some years ago. I actually really liked that. I liked the compact design. It was so compact I could cram it down into my backpack, my range bag, just throw it in there, no big deal, pop it out. But the problem is that I preferred to have an optic on top of mine, and having to fold it over top of itself, you would have to remove that optic, and I just hated that because I would have to put it back on there. Well, Smith Wesson has fixed that with the FPC and this really nice, sexy carrying bag that it comes with, nicely padded to protect your firearm. Has these nice pockets in here to keep all of your literature, your lock, your extra magazines. Has your pouch up here that contains all of your extra grip panels here, small, medium, large, extra large, whatever they are. Have plenty of space for that, your eyes, ears, box of ammunition, whatever you decide to carry. And then it straps down really nice in the case here. Really nice, doesn't move around at all, not going to damage your firearm. Pull back on your charging handle ever so slightly and deploy it. Now with that said, it does deploy horizontal, so you don't have to lose your sight. That is fantastic. I absolutely love it. But I was able to deploy the Kel-Tec sub 2000 a lot faster. With time, I'm sure I'll get better with this. And when we first started doing this, me and my wife out at the range, it was very tight. It has loosened up the more that I've used it. And I know when Trey first saw this on my front porch, he was having a hard time getting it to move, but it has loosened up drastically. Maybe you could put a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of oil or something in there. Maybe it would loosen up even more. But you just depress this here, push it forward, pull it back, and you can just slam it into place and it's fine, no problem at all. But I just like to pull back on the charging handle ever so slightly, and it's got a little cutout in the left side of the charging handle there that holds into that M-lock slot really well. It's not going to come apart. It holds in there nicely, and like I said, if you play with it enough,
look, here's the thing.
Fine.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
You know, pull back on the charging handle a little bit, you could get it deployed pretty quick if you played around with it enough. It comes with a 17 round mag, and as you can see here in the back, it's kind of difficult to get these things out of here. I'm not even pushing it right, but you have your 23 rounders here in the back held in the stock. I did shoot this gun with these in the back here, and it did not interfere with me shooting this gun whatsoever. 223 rounders, 17 rounder, and I'm pretty sure that the M&P full size, and I believe even the standard M&P magazines will work in here without any issue. It has the M&P 2.0 trigger in here, and you know, the charging handle, it can be a little stiff, a little difficult. I know at the range my wife was having quite a hard time, as you'll see in the video, of pulling this back. You know, she got more used to it as time went on, but the charging handle is a little bit harder, given that it's not on the side over here like on the Kel-Tec, where you could really pull back and get a good purchase and rip it back. Charging handle can be a little difficult, but once you get this thing going, it is absolutely smooth as butter at the range. My wife was lights out on the Texas Star with this thing, as was I, and it was surprisingly a super ton of fun at the range. I don't typically like Smith & Wesson in general. I don't have a lot of Smith & Wesson products, but this was a ton of fun at the range. And with this Holosun 510C up here with the green dot, man, I tell you right now, that's a really nice optic to have up there. And we were lights out with this thing at the range. And it has just all sides except for the top, just full of M-LOK attachment ports here, if you will. I did put a quad attachment here on the front, and I did put a QD attachment on the rear and a QD attachment on the front for the provided sling that does come with it. It's a nice padded sling, nothing to write home about, but it is included in the box, and I was able to attach it here on the front and here at the back by just adding these M-LOK pieces and QD attachments here. Works out really nicely. Everybody can tell me how that this is or is not illegal and what's the length, and I don't really give two craps. This foregrip here works really nice. My wife really loved how this was up here. Maybe I'll swap it out and put an angle grip up here, an angled foregrip if you will, but it is just slam full of M-LOK attachment areas here. Put you a little rail here, mount you a light on the side. The barrel is threaded 1/2 by 28. We did shoot this suppressed at the range. It performed fine. We had no failures whatsoever with this gun, and we put probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 rounds through this gun, and it was completely flawless at the range. We do have, I wouldn't say it does, as in it doesn't come all the way back here, but it is a full length Picatinny rail that you can put your attachments. I opted not to go with the flip up sights because the rail does not come all the way back here, and I didn't want to have my optic way down here, so I opted to go with this solar powered backup. Just really forgot how much I really like this optic until I put it up on here. The width on this is 2.5 inches. Of course, that's all dependent on what type of attachments and things you put on it. Overall length is 30.4, and the height is 8 inches. The weight on this is 80.42 ounces. Of course, that's going to be affected by what you add to it. You do have 17 round and 223 round. It is a blowback action, and the barrel length is 16.25. Grip is polymer. Most of it is polymer. The handrail is polymer, and it is a black colored finish, obviously, and technically is optic ready. The barrel material is a 4140, and the frame, well, some of the frame is aluminum, and I just can't say enough about how impressed that I am with this gun. It has the 2.0 trigger in there that you see on the M&P 2.0 10mm, 9mm 40 cal. It has that same type of trigger, and you know, it's not, you know, as you know, you've heard me talk smack about this new trigger in general, not being a super huge fan of it, but it does have a very audible reset, not super tactile in that it pushes back on your finger a great deal, but it is a nice trigger. We were shooting very fast with it at the range, as you'll see, and I have no complaints about it. I have no regrets about buying this. I think the MSRP on this is like $6.99. I believe I paid $5.99 plus tax, and I don't regret any of it. I don't regret it one bit, with the horizontal folding here. And like I said, I mean, you can see here I'm trying to slam it. Now you can get it up here and you can kind of pull back on your charging handle just a little bit, and it falls right in there. You can slam it into place, but I just don't like to pull back on the charging handle just a little bit to deploy it. It's starting to deploy easier and easier the more that I use it, and again, I just can't say enough good about it. Super accurate out at the range, and just nice concealable in the bag here. Comes with everything you need ready to go, and I don't know what else to say. Completely, utterly, just nothing but fun at the range. I've created a monster.
I like that's my favorite.
By far, my personal favorite PCC. I've had the Evo, the Scorpion, the CZ Scorpion Evo. You know I'm a CZ fan, but again, Just didn't like how large it was, manipulating it. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't buy it. I'm sure it's a better rifle. I'm sure the Rattler or whatever other these SIG makes and CMM.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
CMMG, I'm sure all of them make better quality pistol caliber carbines. I'm sure they do. But I don't use them for home defense. I use them for range fun. And I've never had more fun with a pistol caliber carbine as I have at the range with this. Sorry about some of the seeming slur of speech, but my camera keeps overheating and I was trying to get in what I wanted to say faster. My lips was moving faster. My mind was moving faster than my lips would. So sorry about that. Anyway, thanks for watching today. If you have any questions about this, please communicate with us. We love to hear from you. We love to communicate back and forth. And I'm sure there's something I said wrong, something I left out. If you know what it is, tell us about it. We love communicating with you. We always get back with you. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to tell your friends where they can find the best blue collar reviews of just about anything on YouTube. Have a blessed day. Hit that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe.